Alright, we're going to take a look at Ridgid's Gen5X 18V portable fan. It's brand new. It's got a hybrid technology with it that lets you plug it into an 18V battery, or you can plug it into an extension cord, which isn't included, but who doesn't have an extension cord? So right here you've got a spot for the battery and for the cord. It's just 2 prongs because it's a double insulated tool, so you don't need that ground. So any extension cord will do pretty much. It's got lots of options for mounting it and adjusting it. So on the top right here, you can see you can pull it down so it's all the way back or all the way down. It's got 240 degrees of rotation. It covers pretty much anything except for pointing it right at the base, which you wouldn't want to do anyway. It's got the covert air tagline. I guess they're saying it's quiet. It is a fairly quiet fan. It does make some noise. It's got a very high output though. It's something about 475 CFM output on high. On low, they don't specify the CFM, but the big draw that they're claiming on low is you get 22 hours of runtime on a 4 amp-hour battery. However, low is pretty pathetic. High is a good strong breeze though. It's got adjustability in between those. It's got lots of mounting options for putting it basically wherever you want to on a job site. So it's got these 2 hooks that pull out of the front, and they pull out just far enough to fit it on a 2x4. So you can flip them down, and then if you're in the attic or something, you know, you've got this on rafters, it's a good sturdy mount. And actually, it's a good sturdy mount even if you're sideways. Or, I'm not sure if you should really do this, but it'll hold on upside down too. Pretty much any way you want to mount it on a vertical 2x4, it'll handle it. So these slide back in if you're not using them. And it's got lots more options on the back here. So this is a 1/4x20 threaded mount for a tripod. You've got these 2 rod mounts for, you know, rebar or something like that. It's got a keyhole right here for putting it on a screw on the wall and just sliding it down on top of that. It's also got a gap right here that's the perfect width of a 2x4, so if you've got a flat 2x4 like a top plate or something, you can set it down on top of that. Although Ridgid does recommend securing it with a bungee if you do mount it in that method. So enough talk, let's get to the action. Go ahead and plug it in. Unfortunately, I don't have a 4 amp-hour battery from Ridgid or any 18V batteries from Ridgid, so I'm just going to show you how the power cord does on high. Ooh, that's nice. It's hot in the garage right now, and this makes a huge difference. So it's got adjustability, and one thing I don't like about it though is off is over here, and you turn it on just a little bit. It actually doesn't come on until you're past the highest bar and on the second highest bar. And then as you keep turning it, it goes lower. I'd rather it be you turn it on, it's on low, and crank it all the way up to high, because when I keep turning it higher, sometimes I turn it off by accident. It's a little annoying. I'm sure the electronics were cheaper to do this way or something. So to give you an idea of the airflow this thing has, it's really powerful. On high, it shoots a good 15 feet. You can feel the breeze. It's only about a 1.5 foot, 2 foot diameter cone though, so it's really for, you know, if you're working on a job in one spot and you're going to be there a long time. If you're moving around a whole bunch, maybe this isn't the best solution. You'd like an oscillating fan or something like that. But to show you how this thing does on low, which is the 22 hours runtime, you can see it's barely anything. I mean, some of these planer chips aren't even getting off the workbench. On high is a different story though. As you crank it up, you can see it starts to shoot farther. And here we go, now it's on max. And it's shooting a good 10 feet at least. You can feel this, like I said, at 15 feet. And then once you're past that, it starts to get less effective. And this feels really good. Gonna chill out here for a little bit. I think I covered everything.